Awesome. Okay. So yeah, if you can't hear me or anything, as always, feel free to let me know. And today we'll be doing more of like a twisty practice, flowy, focusing on opening up, kind of just moving energy throughout the body, bringing us into good vibes for the weekend ahead. So we'll start today seated on the mat in whatever position works best for you, perhaps cross-legged, or maybe sitting on your heels. And as always, a reminder that our practice is always a suggestion. If you don't feel like a movement is good for your body, you just want to take a modification or do something that feels more in resonance with what feels good for you at that moment. I always welcome that in getting to know our bodies better. Sometimes certain movements feel better than others, and always welcoming that guidance of yourself. So as we sit in our seated position, taking a moment to feel where your body meets the mat, dropping your shoulders down, finding length in the spine, imagining that you're kind of pulling your chin back just a bit, not like you're tucking your chin in, but just kind of noticing that long line, almost like you're kind of pulling up and back with your neck. Breathing in through the nose, feeling that air inflate your belly, and then exhaling out through the mouth, sighing it all out, elongating that exhale, stimulate our rest and digest, calming us down. And before we start today, we'll just take a moment to think about something that we're grateful for. So do a little bit of a gratitude meditation. I think, as we're finally in summertime, we're able to be out in the sun. Maybe that's something that you're grateful for. So finding that one thing, it doesn't have to be, extravagant, that you are really coming into feeling that you're grateful for. So not just intellectually thinking about that thing, but feeling into the emotion of how it feels to whatever that, it could be an experience you had or something that you're looking forward to, or just, the sun on your face, feeling the great gratitude for those feelings, for those experiences. And now coming back into your body, bringing your awareness back to your breath, back to the movement of your belly, going in and out. And maybe blinking open your eyes if they're closed. And from here, just starting to draw circles with your shoulders, drawing them up and down and away, opening up all of that, tightness that we sometimes have when we're sitting on a computer, opening it up. And now placing your hand, if you're sitting in cross-legged, if you're sitting in another position, perhaps coming into cross-legged to help with this motion, placing hands on your knees and then drawing circles with your torso, coming back and forth, noticing if your side body, if you're feeling any stretching going on as you open your side body, as you do these circles. And then going in the opposite direction. We're going to counterclockwise, now go clockwise, whichever direction is the opposite for you. Noticing how your hips feel. Usually it's these little tiny motions that we take during our practice that give us the indication of where we're tight. So just noticing, are my hips tight or my side body, or do I feel super loose today? Just taking stock of all that you're feeling. And then coming to stillness. Inhaling to reach the arms up towards the sky. Clasping your hands together and flexing your hands so that they reach up, so your palms are facing up. Reach with your hands, feeling your side body open. Taking one exhale here, another inhale to open, stretch up, and as you exhale, bring the hands forward, keeping them clasped, pulling your shoulder blades apart, maybe looking down, kind of in a cat posture. And inhaling again, reaching the arms up, opening the shoulders. And exhale again, moving forward, rounding the back. Inhaling again, reaching the arms up. And exhale, bring them back down. From here, dropping the hands in front of you, coming onto all fours. From here, extending the left foot back and starting to rock front and forward, noticing if you're getting a stretch on your calf here. So focusing on opening that left calf as you rock back and forth. From here, switching legs, extending your right foot back, opening that right calf, rocking back and forth, opening it up. These little muscles that we sometimes forget to pay attention to. And from here, going back into your tabletop position, we'll come to sit back onto our heels and then into a child's pose. So noticing if your low back is a bit tight here, and if you want, you can bring your knees wide into a wide like a child's pose. Just opening up the back body here as we start our practice. Breathing deep into your belly to help relax your muscles. On your next inhale, we'll rise up onto your knees, reaching your arms up toward the side, circle them all the way up, looking up to your hands, and as you exhale, folding forward again into your child's pose. One more time, inhaling to rise up, reaching the arms up to the ceiling, and exhale, fold it down into your child's pose. From here, sweeping forward into an upward facing dog. Opening the chest. As you exhale, sitting back on your heels. We'll do this one more time. Inhaling, reaching up to the sky, and exhale, folding forward. Inhaling to sweep forward to your upward facing dog. From here, we'll tuck the toes under, send our hips back into our very first downward dog. Walking up the feet, pedaling them out. Opening those calves again. Noticing the tightness perhaps in your calves or your hamstrings. Finding the internal rotation of your shoulders. Palms flat on the mat. Breathing in through your nose. Looking at your feet. Noticing if your arms are starting to tremble, just taking stock. Your hips the highest point. Tucking those ribs in. Finding stillness for a moment now in your down dog for one deep breath. Inhaling through your nose. And exhale it out through your mouth. Inhaling to look forward, bend your knees, and we're going to slowly walk all the way to the top of the mat. Coming into a forward fold. From here, staying here for a moment, letting your self just ragdoll here in this forward fold. Bending your knees, perhaps find that belly to thigh connection. Exhaling it all out. Inhaling here to halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, fold it down. Inhale to root to rise, reaching up to the sky. All the way up, and exhale, hands down to heart center. From here, we're going to start to increase the energy in the body, moving with our breath with these motions. So as you inhale, reaching the arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, twisting over towards the right. Arms come out to either side. Inhaling again, arms reach up to the sky, coming forward. And as you exhale, twisting over towards the left. Arms cartwheel out. Inhaling back to front, arms reach up. And exhale, twisting over towards the right. Opening your shoulders. Inhaling back to center. Reach, 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 and exhale. Twisting over towards the left. Noticing how your body feels. Inhaling one last time. Arms up and exhale, twisting over towards the right. Opening your shoulders. Inhaling again. Root to rise, reach the arms up and exhale, cartwheel over your hands to the left. Inhaling back to center, arms reach up and exhale down by your sides. From here, finding a little bit of buoyancy in your feet, clenching your toes in and out. Inhaling again to reach the arms up and exhale this time, folding all the way down. You may want to bend your knees here. We're going to start to alternate between raising your right heel and your left. So raising your right off the ground, straightening your left leg, and then doing the opposite, bending your left knee, straightening the right. Just to find the opposite stretch in the one calf and the hamstring. Doing this now at your own pace, raising the right heel and then the left. And as you do so, straightening the opposite knee. And I'll move forward so you kind of see, but essentially we're bending into one knee and straightening the other as we lift our heel off the mat. Opening those hamstrings. And after we've done this, coming back to stillness, and now we're going to lift just the right heel off the mat, bend into that right knee, place the left hand down on the mat if you can, or if you have a block nearby, do that, and then reaching the right arm up and over towards the right, finding a bit of a twist here. Breathing deep and exhale to drop it down. Doing the opposite side, so bending into that left knee, lifting the left heel off the mat, twisting over towards the left, reaching the left arm up. Opening the right hamstring. And then dropping the left hand down. From here, inhaling to halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, fold it down. You're bending deeply into your knees and you're placing your hand on the mat. And then stepping just your left foot back and dropping the left knee onto the mat. Inhaling to reach the arms up towards the sky. Reach, reach, reach. And from here, we're actually going to do a motion with our hands. So, as if you're climbing up a rope, you're going to be reaching the right arm up and then the left, almost clasping the air. What we're doing here is we're helping to open our chest and really use muscles we don't normally do. So we're reaching with one hand and then the other. It might seem a bit silly, but we're opening our side body as we do it. So almost going into a bit of a side bend as you reach. So as you reach with your left hand, bending to the side, your left side, alternating here. Doing this for 3, 2, 1. And as you exhale, straightening that front knee, folding forward into a half split. Again, opening that hamstring and quad. Holding here, breathing into your hips. One more deep inhale through your nose. And then sigh it out through your mouth. We'll inhale to bend into that front knee. Reaching the arms up towards the sky. And exhale to straighten again. Folding forward into your half split. Doing this with our breath now. Inhaling to come forward. Reaching the arms up. Cactusing the arms. And exhale. Folding forward. Straightening that right knee. Inhaling again. Cactusing the arm. Rising up. Bending into that front knee. And exhale. To fold forward here. Bending again into that front knee again, but placing your hands perhaps to support yourself on the mat. Flexing the back toe, tucking it under and lifting your knee off the mat here. Now in a low lunge. Inhaling again to reach your arms up towards the sky. And as you exhale, bring your hands heart center. Taking a steady breath here, perhaps pulsing if you can, opening that back quad, that thigh. Noticing if you're using your glutes a lot, maybe bending more into that front knee, using all those muscles. And on your next exhale, leaning forward and then twisting over towards the right. So your left elbow comes to your right knee. And really pushing your hands together to bring yourself back into this twist so that your hands are more closer to your chest. Breathing deeply here. It's a bit of a struggle. And then dropping your left hand down only, so flat on the mat, reaching the right arm up towards the sky, staying in that twist. And as you exhale, dropping the right hand down in the inside of your foot, walking your right foot out a bit if you can, and then we're stepping the left foot up on the outside of the mat, outside of our hands, coming into our malasana, our froggy pose, it's colloquially called. Maybe bringing your hands into prayer while you're here, opening your hips, noticing how that feels. Deep belly breaths here. If you want to add an extra twist in here, you can reach your left hand down to the mat and reach the right arm up and over toward the right. Opening again. And then the opposite side, so bring hands back to prayer. And then right arm comes down to the mat, reaching the left arm up and over toward the left. Getting that twist. And then coming back into your prayer. From here, placing both hands on the mat, pushing yourself up into a forward fold. Walking the feet back to hip distance apart, so that almost like two fists could be in between your hands here. And rocking side to side, ragdolling your head, letting it all out. Breathing into the belly and out. Finding stillness here. We'll inhale to halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, fold it down. Inhale, root to rise, but as you do so, send your hips back into a chair pose. Arms reach out towards the sky, sending the hips back. Maybe you can bend your knees even further. Making sure you're using those core muscles, you're not focusing on the back. And if you feel your back hurting, you can always rise a bit further. So really focusing on your action in your body rather than what it looks like. So really focusing on tucking that pelvis a bit and really using those core muscles rather than, arching your back. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to twist over towards the right. Left hand comes to the outside of your right knee, pushing your hands towards center. Inhaling here for 3, 2, 1. Coming back to center and twisting over towards the left. Right elbow comes to the outside of the left knee. Twisting here for 3, 2, 1. Coming back to center, holding for 3, 2, 1, and fold it down. All the way down. Noticing how your hamstrings and thighs feel. You rock from side to side. From here, coming up halfway lift, hands to shins, and exhale, fold it down. Again, placing your hands on the mat, bending into your knees and stepping just the right foot back, and dropping the right knee down to the mat. Inhaling to sweep the arms up into the sky and open with the chest. As we did on the opposite side, we're going to be doing our interesting hand movement as if we're climbing a rope, helping to open our upper body. Reaching with the right hand up and then the left hand, almost like you're grasping at straws, using muscles you might not normally do, as if we're climbing without having to actually climb all the way up here. Using your core muscles, your side muscles, getting a bit of that side bend in as you reach up, opening, twisting here. 3, 2, 1. As you exhale, folding forward, we're going to straighten that left knee. You may want to walk it forward just a bit, find a bit more balance, and then straightening that left knee a bit. And again, it doesn't need to be a full straight knee, just enough that you're opening your hamstrings and your calves. Breathing deeply into your belly here as you do this motion. into the mouth, sorry, into the nose, and then sigh it all out. Noticing how your low back feels, if you're finding any stretch in this motion as you do this. On your next inhale, bending into that front knee, rising into your low lunge, reaching the arms up towards the sky, and then cactusing the arms, opening the chest, pulling your shoulder blades together. And then exhale, coming back into your half splits. Inhaling to bend into that front knee, reaching the arms up, cactusing the arms, opening the chest, and exhale, folding forward. One more time. Inhaling to sweep forward. Reaching up to the sky. Maybe you want to cactus the arms again. And exhale, folding it forward, bending into that front knee. This time, bending into that front knee, maybe using your hands for support, tucking the back toes under, lifting the right knee off the mat, and then rising into your low lunge. Reaching the arms up to the sky, maybe pulsing that hold here. Engaging your core, noticing all the muscles that are in action right now. Inhaling deeply, and as you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Taking one deep breath here, and exhale to lean forward and twist over towards the left. Coming into a twist. Engaging through your core, noticing if your hands are coming towards the center of your chest, and help open into this twist. Breathing deep. Pulling in for 3, 2, 1, then we'll drop just the right hand down to the mat, lower yourself a bit, and then reach the left arm up towards the sky, still in your twist, but now supported. Breathing deep. 3, 2, 1, and dropping the left hand down to on the inside of the left foot, stepping the left foot back to meet the right, and then into a downward facing dog. Stepping right into your downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet. On your next inhale, coming forward into plank, holding here for 3, 2, 1, slowly bending the elbows, chaturanga, and then inhaling into your upward facing dog. Exhaling to send the hips back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, looking up, bending your knees, and stepping or hopping your way to the top of the mat. Leading in a forward fold. Inhale into a halfway lift, back. Exhale to rain it down. Inhale to float up to the sky, reaching your hands up, and exhale your hands down to heart center. From here, bending into your knees slightly, stepping just the left foot back, pivoting on the back foot, straightening the front knee, arms cartwheel out to the side. We're going to inhale to reach forward with that right hand, tilt the back hip, and exhale, send the right hand down. Left arm reaches up towards the sky, Trikonasana, our triangle pose, focusing on stacking those shoulders here, opening deeply. Not focusing on getting your hand to the ground, but really opening those shoulders. On your next inhale, rock cartwheel, the arms back up. We're going to pivot the back foot in, so it's facing forward again, and maybe you walk that back foot in just a bit. Now we're in, both knees are straight, we're facing forward in less of a longer stance. From here, clasping the hands behind you, putting some palms together, opening to the chest. As you exhale, folding forward into our pyramid pose. Opening to the chest, letting your hands fall forward. If they come out of the palms clasped together, that's no problem at all. Just finding what feels good here. Opening up. Slowly placing your hands on your hips from here, and then bending into your front knee to rise all the way up again. So from here, we're going to be coming into some balancing postures, but again, you can always take a modified approach, we're going to be coming into warrior 3, but you can always take, a normal warrior 1 if that doesn't feel like it, you're feeling up to it today. And as always, it's a practice, so we're just playing around. There's no need for any sort of perfection here as we are moving through our practice. So with your hands maybe on your hips for stability, we're slowly going to bend into that front knee, lift the back heel off the mat, and slowly float the back foot off the mat, leaning forward, coming into warrior 3, flexing the back foot out, squaring the hips to the mat, looking at a point of focus on the floor, holding here for 3, 2, 1, then bringing the left knee into the chest. You're clasping around the hand, and then from here we're going to extend the left foot out in front of us, clasping it with our right hand, and twist over towards the left. This is a bit of an intense. You can always take a tree pose for balance, or come back into a warrior posture. It's really all about finding that balance here, or coming into a twist of your choice. Holding here for 3, 2, 1, and then slowly lowering that knee, that foot, and stepping the left foot back, dropping that back knee, and then placing hands on the inside of that right foot here. So again, we're opening. We're now in lizard posture, so opening and walking those right foot out, maybe making it so that your left foot is flat on the mat here, opening that left hip, that left quad, holding here for 3, 2, 1, then flexing underneath that, flexing the left foot under, lifting the left knee off the mat, stepping the right foot back to meet the left, bending the elbows into chaturanga, and inhaling to your upward facing dog. Exhale, send it back, downward facing dog, holding here for 3, 2, 1, and then on your next inhale, looking up, bending your knees, stepping or hopping your way to the top of your mat, into a forward fold, breathing out here. Inhaling here, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, rain it down. Inhaling, floating up to the sky, arms circle up. Exhale, hands down, heart center. This time again, clenching those toes together, bending into the knees a bit, and stepping just your right foot back. Rotating your foot out towards the side, straightening that front leg. And then again, cartwheeling your arms out towards the side. As you inhale, leaning forward, tilting the right hip back. As you exhale, dropping the left hand down, right arm reaches up towards the sky, into our Trikonasana. Again, focusing on opening those shoulders, getting them stacked on top of one another. Opening through here. Keeping a long spine as much as you can as you do this. Trying not to bring your shoulders up to your ears. Breathing deep. On your next inhale, cartwheeling your arms back up. We're going to rotate that back foot in so it's facing more forward. Maybe you want to walk it up so there's not as big as of a gap between your front and back foot. From here, clasping your hands together behind you, opening the chest, so bringing the shoulder blades together. Inhaling as you exhale, folding forward, using those core muscles, letting your hands fall in front of you. Doing that scissoring motion with your feet here. So it's like you're bringing your right hip forward and your left hip back. You're not tilting out. Breathing deep here. Holding for 3, 2, 1, and dropping your hands down to your hips, slowly rising all the way up. And then as you do on the opposite side, bending a little bit into your left knee, floating the back foot off the mat as you lean forward into your warrior 3. Squaring your hips to the mat. Maybe you want to have airplane arms, hands in prayer, your choice. Holding for 3, 2, 1, bringing your knee into your chest. Clasping your hands around that knee, bringing it in. And then as you're doing the other side, extending your right foot out, clasping with your left hand on the outside of that foot, and twisting over towards the right. Feeling that opening in your body. Noticing how that feels. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. And then slowly stepping the right foot back again, dropping that knee down. And then walking your left feet up and over towards the left, dropping your hands on the inside of that left foot, coming into your lizard posture. Breathing deep into the belly. Noticing how that feels. Maybe you want to be flexed with your back foot or maybe tucked under. It's up to you. Keeping a long spine here, that you're looking down towards the mat, but your head isn't down, it's just you're looking down with your eyes. But keeping that long spine still. Breathe. From here, we're going to tuck the back toes under, lift the knee off the mat, step the left foot back to meet the right. From here, actually dropping the knees and sending it back into a child's pose. Reaching the arms in front of you or having them down by your sides, whichever you choose. Noticing how your body feels now compared to the child's pose we took at the beginning of our practice. Just noticing the difference. Breathing in through the nose and sighing it out through the mouth. From here, placing your hands on either side of you, pushing up into a seated position and then all the way into your tabletop. Engaging the core here, so notice if you're putting weight into your low back, so just almost like you're zipping up some pants, zipping up your core here. And then on our inhale, we're going to extend our right arm and left leg. Extending your left leg behind you, right arm reaches up and forward. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. As you exhale, bringing your elbow to your knee, engaging your core. Inhaling to extend both your left arm and your left leg and right arm in front of you. And exhale to bring nose to knee. One last time, extending that arm and leg, using the muscles of your back and your core. And exhale, bringing the back center, nose to knee. And then down onto the mat. Doing circles with your hips here, one way, then the other, to open up that motion. And then finding stillness and doing the opposite side. So now on your next inhale, extending your left arm, right leg, engaging your core. And as you hold here, noticing the shake. Noticing what muscles are working, noticing if you're feeling tightness in certain areas, just taking a moment to notice instead of letting our minds wander. And as you exhale, bringing elbow to knee. Inhaling back out, extending the arm and leg. As you exhale, nose to knee. 2 more times. Inhaling to extend, using your back muscles, trying to keep your hips square. Exhaling nose to knee. And last time, extending them both out. And exhale, nose to knee. And the knee comes down, circling the hips again. Maybe doing a bit of a cat-cow, tucking the shoulder blades together and then apart. Moving through that motion, taking what feels good for you. Maybe circling out here. Just taking a moment to take stock of your body, how you're feeling. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. From here, sitting back on your heels and then extending your legs out in front of you. Crossing the right foot on to the left side of your left leg. Inhaling to lengthen your spine. Then as you exhale, twisting over towards the right. Left elbow comes to the right knee. Breathing deeply here. Looking over your right shoulder. As you exhale, feeling yourself twist a bit deeper here. As you inhale, coming back into center. This time tucking both knees into the chest. Maybe rocking a bit here, side to side or back and forward. Just kind of resetting our spine after that twist. And then extending your right leg out, crossing over the left foot. Inhaling to lengthen. As we exhale, twisting over towards the left. Right elbow comes to your left knee, looking over towards the left. Breathing here. Noticing how your spine feels. All this twisting. As you exhale, sinking a bit deeper, letting those muscles relax. One last deep exhale. As you inhale, come back into center, extending that left leg out. Maybe bending both your knees as you lower onto your back. From here, tucking your knees into your chest and maybe rocking side to side. Opening it up. Finding length in your spine here, so you're making sure that your head isn't looking up and behind you, but more you're trying to keep to the back of your head, the back of your skull. Just flat on the mat as much as you can. It's a little bit difficult. And then from here, I encourage you to take any final posture that you feel your body needs today. So maybe that's another twist. Perhaps your arms are cartwheeling out to the side and you're letting your knees fall over to one side and then the other. Or maybe you're coming into a figure four because we did a lot of quad work, glute work with our balancing. So maybe you're doing a figure four with one of your ankle on top of your knee and you're pushing out with your elbow onto your inner thigh. And then doing either side. Perhaps you're coming into a bridge to open up your front body, doing a bit of a back bend, like so. Perhaps you're coming into a happy baby. Really lots of options to take here in our final pose before. So it's these moments where we really get to take stock of how our body feels and prioritize what's going to feel best for us in these final moments. When you feel like you've taken the posture, the final posture that just feels good for you, coming into a final pose of your choice. So maybe that's your corpse pose, your shavasana. Maybe that's in a child's pose. Perhaps you're in fetal position or your knees are bent in your corpse pose. Support your low back. So many options, taking what feels good for you, what's going to allow you to fully relax. Closing your eyes and sinking your body into relaxing all. If you'd like and you have some time and you'd like to stay on your mat and elongate your final shavasana, I encourage you to stay if that feels good. Or if you need to return to the world Starting to rock your head side to side, right to left, rolling over onto one side, using your arms as a pillow. Staying in this position for a moment. Taking into the belly. And then rising all the way up into your seated position. Perhaps sitting cross-legged, perhaps sitting on your heels. So many options we have. Taking a moment to close your eyes, lengthen your spine here, and we'll just take 3 deep inhales. Inhaling for 4, and then exhaling for 6. So just elongating our exhales into the nose now, just to give us that last final calm relaxation for the rest of our day. So inhaling here through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling slowly through the nose, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last time, inhaling for 2, 3, 4, and exhaling for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Returning to your natural breath, taking stock of how your body feels after our practice today. Shifts in your energy, how your body feels, taking notice, whether it's good or bad. There is no good or bad, it's all subjective. So taking this final moment of today, thank you all for showing up on the mat. Thank yourselves for taking this time out for yourself, for getting to know your body a bit better, and this mindful practice for your mind and body and soul. So I hope everyone has an amazing weekend ahead, enjoying the sunshine, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.
Thank you, Dee.
Oh, you're welcome.